Segment 3. Classification of plants. Before watching classification of plants, think about this. How might the environment affect a plant's physical characteristics?
Known plant species number more than 270,000. The plant kingdom claims the oldest living things on Earth and the largest. Plants shade us, feed us, provide oxygen for us to breathe, and they're a source of beauty. To scientists, they're also living organisms to be classified and understood. From a scientific point of view, what distinguishes a Tillandsia species from a Carnegie species? How do scientists go about classifying plants? Members of the plant kingdom are sorted into divisions, but before scientists choose a division, they break down the plant kingdom a little more. First, they want to know whether the plant is vascular or non-vascular. The difference is in the way a plant absorbs water. Moss, liverworts, and other non-vascular plants have no roots. They absorb water through their surfaces. Vascular plants do have roots, as well as stems and leaves. They also have vascular tissue that runs from the roots through their stems and all the way to the tips of their leaves. The vascular tissue is made up of tube-like cells that carry water and nutrients. The vascular tissue that carries water and dissolved minerals from the roots to the stem and leaves is called xylem. The vascular tissue that carries dissolved sugars from the leaves to the roots is known as phloem. Phloem also carries stored food from the roots to other parts of the plant. In the scientific classification system, all vascular plants are placed into subgroups. Plants that produce seeds form one group, plants that do not make up another. From there, the seed plants are further subdivided based on whether their seeds are enclosed in a protective covering or not. Here in the Olympic National Forest in Washington State, many trees grow. Among them, evergreens, such as Douglas fir and hemlock. All of them are coniferous trees, that is, they bear cones. The seeds these trees produce are located on the scales of the cones, and they are not enclosed in a protective structure. They are called gymnosperms, plants that produce seeds that are not enclosed in a protective covering. At the taxonomic level, gymnosperms are subdivisions of vascular plants with seeds. All flowering plants are angiosperms. Angiosperms are a subdivision of vascular seeded plants. Angiosperms produce seeds that are contained within a seed case. The vast majority of known plants are angiosperms, including many wildflowers, most trees and shrubs, and a great number of the plants that provide food for us. Plants grow all over the world in a variety of different environments: deserts, rainforests, mountains, and underwater. Most plants survive in a particular environment because they are well adapted to it. These adaptations help scientists to classify the plants. The saguaro cactus, for instance, thrives in Arizona's Sonoran Desert because it doesn't require a lot of water. When rain does fall, the saguaro's pleats expand and water is stored in its spongy flesh. Over long periods of time and many generations, a plant species may make many small changes in response to its environment. Often these adaptations improve the organism's chance of survival. In the rainforest, the problem is not too little water, but too much. Plants there have tough leaves that endure the heavy rains. Often the leaves are shaped so that water runs right off, a built-in gutter system of sorts. Any adaptation that improves an organism's chances for survival gets passed on to the next generation. Over many years, more and more members of the species are born with this characteristic. As a result, the species becomes stronger and better able to reproduce and survive. Over long stretches of time, Some plants have changed so significantly that scientists assign them their own slots in the scientific classification system.
Now that you've seen classification of plants, talk about this. What criteria do scientists use to classify plants?